Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you all the books that I plan on reading in the month of October. So I had a very good reading month in September and I want to keep the momentum going. So I have 5 books here that I hope to get to this month, and they're kind of all over in terms of genre, but in general they kind of go on the kind of crime thriller kind of theme, with some, other stuff thrown in here as well, just because it's Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween person, but I'm like, you know what, let's just go for this atmosphere of just like creepy, thought-provoking thriller crime books. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out, I first have Rebecca, and this is a very classic, beloved book, and I have it on hold at the library. I do not have it right at this moment, but I saw the trailer for this. It's going to be a movie on Netflix and it seemed interesting. Basically, I don't want to know too much about this, but what I gather is that it follows this woman who goes on a vacation. She ends up meeting this man and they kind of marry very quickly, and so when she moves back to this her husband's estate, the presence of his former wife who died is very much there, whose name's Rebecca, and it kind of goes off from there. So I'm very curious. Like I said, I want to go into this very much blind, but I know this is very much a beloved classic. I know the first sentence of this is very famous. So other than that, I don't know anything about it, but I was like, you know what, the movie comes out in October and I'm gonna try to challenge myself and read like a classic, so this is what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm interested. Like I said, if I got it from the library, because then it's no commitment if I don't like it, because then I don't have to invest in it. So that's my thinking behind it. But I'm very curious about this. Like I said, I will read it and then watch the movie, and if I don't like the book, then I'll just DNF it. No strings attached with library books, so we'll see. But I'm very curious. I'm stepping outside my comfort zone, reading like a classic, so wish me luck. So this is the only book on here that doesn't have a theme of, kind of mystery, thriller, that type of thing, and it is Crazy Rich Asians by Kwan. You guys probably already know about this book, but I watched the movie recently and I was like, you know what, I always love trilogies and I like having trilogies on my shelf, and I'm like, you know what, I like the movie, so I'm gonna give this one a try. It is very long, actually. Like, it's over 500 pages, so I'm curious to see how it lives up to the movie, because I really love the movie and all the things they left out, and because it's a trilogy, you kind of live on with the characters afterwards, so I'm very curious to see what happens to these characters and just getting to learn more about, their family and Singapore and Chinese culture. I think will be very interesting. So I was like, you know what, there's a lot of heavy books on here, and why not, fluff it up with a kind of contemporary novel. Next, I have Room by Emma Donoghue, and this is one that I'm really excited about. I rented the film because me and my sister were talking about Brie Larson. I'm like, oh, she was in this one, so I was able to find that one from the library, so we're going to watch that one very soon. So I'm going to watch the movie and then read the book and see how they compare. But from what I've seen, both the book and the film are very well loved and received, so I have high expectations for that. So then I'm going to kind of read this and see. It deals on very heavy subject matter as well, so I'm very curious to see how this book tackles it, and how it discusses these important and dark themes. So I have high expectations for that. And lastly, these last 2 are the Book of the Month's books that I need to finish. A couple of these have been on my TBR since I first got this. This is like the first one I got, actually, and it is Long Bright River by Liz Moore. I think this one deals with the drug problem in the US, and I'm very interested. I don't want to know too much about this. Like, with thrillers in particular, I don't want to know too much about it, so I'm just gonna read the little tag here in the beginning. So it says, 2 sisters travel the same streets, though their lives can be more different. Then one of them goes missing. So I think it deals with one sister who's very much kind of like lived a very kind of a life on the straight and narrow, abiding by the rules, living like a normal life, and the other one I think has like a heroin addiction, and how they, even though they grew up in the same kind of household, how they have very different paths. And I've heard great things about this one too, so I'm super excited for this one. I think it will be very interesting, and I thought it would just be kind of like a dark kind of mystery to read in October, and also how it tackles the, you know, drug and addiction problem in America, I think will be very interesting as well. And lastly, I have A Good Marriage by Kimberly and McCreight. This is one, again, that's been on my shelf since May, and I've almost gotten my TBR down, so I want to kind of keep that momentum going. But yeah, this is another mystery one as well, and I'm sorry, I'm so vague with these, but I don't want to know anything about them. I think that's just the best way to go into these, to be quite honest. I know I've talked about this for a while, but I think it's about this person who's committed for murder, and so this one woman who is friends of the family of where the crime was committed becomes a lawyer, and there's all these dark and mysterious things. Sorry, I don't want to, like, I'm trying not to spoil it for myself because I like just kind of going into these blind. If you are curious about this, like, you can go look up the synopsis on Goodreads, and I will go into more detail about, you know, the plot in my wrap up. So hence why I'm a little vague, because I like to go into these, you know, not knowing what to expect. I think that's the best way to kind of go into this. So yeah, like I said, I feel like these like books are just really dark. There's a lot of murder. There's just a lot going on, so I'm very excited. I've read Reconstructing Amelia by this author, and I really liked it, so I wonder if this one will have like a parallel storyline between the events leading up to, you know, where the crime is and then dealing with the aftermath. So I'm curious to see if she integrates this into this one as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what some of the books you plan reading this month are and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.